A big thanks to Trust Dice for sponsoring this video and being one of the main reasons I can make regular content at the moment. Go and play Trust Dice by clicking my link in the description. HS Tiki Toki, a man who makes his money through questionable means. Something we can all be guilty of every once in a while. So it's no surprise that when Harrison, my dad abandoned my mum so now I record girls without the knowing on Telegram, Sullivan found a cringe, middle-aged, autistic man on the internet with nothing going for him. He didn't hesitate for a single second to fly him out to Dubai and exploit him for content. And thus, we have the birth of General G.
And they call me the General, popped up the Lambo, feeling incredible.
Before proceeding, I must admit, HS Tiki Toki's content is a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't think he's a good example of a human being whatsoever. I just unfortunately find him quite entertaining, which may be how some of you view me. That's fine. I'm at peace with that. So because I, in my personal time, have followed along with this dodgy mixed race man's content in the shadows, I'm already quite familiar with his smelly, greasy, drooling sidekick, the General, who generally has a head of hair that looks as if it's been plunged 3 times fast into leftover McDonald's chip oil. I imagine that the green steam that emits from General G's body would set off more radiation detectors than Chernobyl, and that his breath could put an adult horse to sleep faster than a gallon of veterinary-grade ketamine could. Well, these undeniable facts about the General are not his worst qualities. Far from it, as it happens. In today's video, we're going to explore what makes General G send shivers down Mr. Banter's spine. But before that, in order to purchase a metric ton of garlic and the multiple wooden stakes needed to keep vampires like General G away from one's house, I must tell you about today's sponsor, Trust Dice. Hello sports fans, are you ready to take your love for the game to the next level? Today we're talking about sports betting with Trust Dice, where you can combine your passion for sports with the thrill of winning using crypto. Trust Dice is a top tier platform that lets you bet on all your favourite sports with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Whether you're into football, basketball, boxing or even UFC, you'll find all the action you want right here. Getting started on Trust Dice is simple. Now, let's talk about the exciting betting options on Trust Dice. Whether you're a casual bettor or a seasoned pro, we've got something for everyone. You can place simple win bets, where you pick the winner of the match, or get strategic with double hands or handicap bets. You want to bet on football? They've got all the top leagues, Premier League, Bundesliga, I've definitely butchered that pronunciation, and Champions League plus international tournaments like the UEFA Nations League. Or maybe like me, you're more into boxing, a classic betting favourite. You can bet on the biggest bouts and walk away with major winnings. Fans of NFL and NBA, don't worry, we've got you covered as well. Bet on the Super Bowl, NBA Finals and every game in between. And for MMA fans, you can bet on UFC events, making every fight night that bit more thrilling. Feeling confident? Try placing multiple bets. With Trust Dice, you can combine different outcomes from several matches into one bet. The more events you include, the bigger the prize if you win. And here's something to make it even better. Trust Dice offer a fantastic welcome free bet bonus. When you make your first free deposits, you'll get a free bet, giving yourself a less risky way to start betting. So what are you waiting for? Head to Trust Dice today, sign up in just a few minutes and start betting on your favourite sports with Bitcoin.
Age gap. Age gaps are fine.
Yeah, they are fine. It's like, I'm general, I can do whatever I want, but let's say if I was older than a dad, that would be an issue, that would be a problem, that would.
40-year-old General Groomer reassures his 20-year-old victim that age gaps are completely fine. And his reasoning for this, because he's not older than her dad.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm much younger than her dad, so it's calm.
Well, yeah, because when you were born, my dad was 9, so he was older than you.
Ah, right. Well, this young woman, who's very clearly £9.99 short of a tenner, not quite a full shilling as my old nan would say, is completely comfortable sleeping next to an old grey toad because her dad could just about ride a bike without stabilisers when the General was watching Tom and Jerry. Fantastic. This is General G with his girlfriend Grace. Grace is a part of the abhorrent cinematic universe that is UK TikTok, and because of that, she's gotten about a little bit. Last year, she was Paul Breach's bit on the side. Yeah, that same Paul Breach, the red-faced middle-aged block of mould from a triangle of cheese, who prances around live streams in charity shop summer dresses. She's obviously got a type, bless her heart, and that type is middle-aged TikTok men whose brains are fucking decaying from the inside out. They both seem to live stream every single part of the day together. Like, if you look on either of their TikTok accounts right now, they're never not live. I'm actually struggling to decipher who's taking advantage of who in this situation. But nevertheless, as you're about to see, the 20-year age gap between these two, it's not the strangest part about their relationship. No.
So he's letting me in his house. He wanted to see my reaction. That's I can't go in there.
Why on earth are you in a relationship with a man whose house smells so bad that it's bringing you to physical tears? If his house has a stench that's bad enough to activate a woman's tear ducts, imagine what his fucking dick smells like!
I need a shower too.
What?
I need a shower too.
A shower?
A shower? He says, as if he's shocked. This is probably General G's first time finding out that his studio flat even has a fucking shower. In fairness, he does look as if he considers a walk in the rain a suitable body wash.
Yeah, like one of your cats got a bit of poo on my trousers, so I need to have a shower and wash it.
Oh my god. I think you're taking a piss.
No, can you just clean the shower for me?
Hold on. You're asking for the impossible right now. Trust.
Brother, what do you mean she's asking for the impossible? Your fucking gross, flea-infested cat that you probably kidnapped has produced a turd on your girlfriend's leg. She wants to wash it off. Just because you're comfortable bathing in animal shit does not mean that your guest wants to stroll around with a slab of poo hanging off her trousers.
Do you think you're gonna spend time with the python again in the near future?
When did I ever said I did?
Yeah, but when are you going to spend time with it? Because it's getting lonely.
I'm sure it's got a mate somewhere.
General Grease is referring to his penis as the python, and he's asking his young niece there when she's going to spend time with said python. If you ask me, I think that someone should be making a call to CPS.
I'm sure it's got a mate somewhere.
No, it doesn't do friend zones. You're my wife, so the python feels neglected. You need to cheer the python up, trust.
They keep asking to see your fingernails.
Live to over 1,000 viewers, General G's very clearly trying to coerce his fucking missus into doing something she obviously does not want to do. But because his chat is so used to this sort of behaviour from him, so desensitised, they're not even asked about the python talk. They're more interested in seeing whether or not General G picks his bum. What?
I'm your husband. I think I can kiss you. Jesus. Is it done now?
No, Jesus, give it another minute.
The last time I saw a stomach that resembled one of Jupiter's moons so heavily like this was when I was watching Little Britain, and Matt Lucas was playing a character of David Thomas, and he'd purposely have his beluga gut on display for comedic effect. This right here is not a man who's trying to make anyone laugh. He's just, non-ironically, wearing a shirt that is 8 sizes too small for him, and he's quite clearly swallowed an entire antelope in the last 24 hours. General G is obviously a wrong-un. With that said, Grace doesn't try and leave him. Instead, she involves herself in like some odd back and forth toxicity with him. We'll get into that in a second. General G's old pal, HS Tiki Toki, he's not too happy with the autistic man who he created into a character at the minute. Not at all. I can only assume that General didn't want to join HS's Telegram, where you can see him on one day getting his willy sucked, with it being genuinely up for debate whether or not the woman sucking said willy knows that she's even being filmed. Well, that's alright, because lads! And then the following day, he's got you on that same Telegram paying him money to follow along with his trades, where you could potentially earn yourself £7.40 profit or you could lose your house. General didn't want to join the trading group because he was far too busy not wiping his arse every time he has a shit. So HS has been poking fun of him online, saying that he wants to shag Grace.
I reached 100k. He's treating me to a meal.
Oi, Universal Credits finally landed in for General G Diddy, so he's took his bird out for a KFC. If you come out to Dubai, you can have a Zuma for dinner, and for dessert, you can have my 9-inch cock.
But Grace, yeah, to wind her smelly boyfriend up, has been fucking entertaining the idea.
If you come out to Dubai, you can have a Zuma for dinner, and for dessert, you can have my 9-inch cock.
I reached 100.
Just waffling again, ain't he? He's a nobody trust.
He's a nobody trust.
Harrison, Brown, Sunday, so yeah, he can fire what he wants.
I mean, I might stop in Dubai, I don't know.
Obviously, both parties in this situation are just very weird. And whilst you and I will watch people like this for the sliver of entertainment we can get out of them without taking any of it seriously. A little bit like when you were in school and you'd watch the kid who gave a big lick to the bus windows just because he was fascinating. But you wouldn't take advice off him. Do you know what I mean? You probably wouldn't even let him get too close, just in case he salivated on you. Well, that's how I see these two. However, TikTok is a funky place, and the comment sections of General G and Grace's live streams are full to the brim of middle-aged women taking their dynamic very serious, as if the relationship between these two neurodivergent TikTok grifters is an ongoing soap opera with a gripping storyline. But I guess that's just what happens to your brain when your evening dinners in your Greater Manchester New Charter-owned council house consists only of overly processed oven-baked potato smileys and alphabet spaghetti. Thank you very much for watching. Go and play Trust Dice, linked in the video description, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.